Hey, Phil here. It's midwinter and Pete and myself are setting up camp here. We're going to hit up a couple of headlands on the North Coast. I'm going to chuck a bunch of lures, surface, plastics on the bottom. The water temperature is actually still pretty warm. It's sort of 20-21 degrees, so who knows what's going to turn up. So join me on the next 2 days on Phil Atkinson Fishing, YouTube. And we're going to do some land-based lure tossing. We'll see how we go. See you on the rocks. Hey, so we're going fishing early in the morning. We're walking in, to a headland pre-dawn. The last thing that you want to be doing is rigging up, just before dawn on the best fishing time. So right now, just back of the Land Cruiser here, just rigging up 3 rods. So I'm going to rig up a lighter spin stick with a plastic because I'll probably have a go at spinning for some dew. I've got a metal that can sort of cross over between tailor, bluefin tuna, kingfish, whatever. And then I've got a bigger surface, big surface lure here that I can throw for bigger fish. So the idea is to just have 3 rods rigged, ready to go. And can I just say one last thing? How do Toyota sell the new 300 series Land Cruiser when there's no tailgate to do your rigging on? I mean, seriously? I could not live without this tailgate. So, hey, anyway, I'll see you on the rocks early in the morning. Ciao. There we go. Rods are rigged, lures are attached. So I've just got to undo two or three wraps and have a drink of water and cast. Okay, let's go. Pete's out on the point. There's a spot of garfish or a school of garfish in front of him. And there's some bonito, middle of winter here, there's still bonito around, so I just need a pot of bluefin to come through. We'll be singing the winter blues. I got a new rod for his birthday. Bonito? Well, that's a great sign. Means the water's still warm, middle of winter, and we're catching bonito on the North Coast. Great sign. So if there's bonito out there, the water is 100% warm enough for longtail tuna. They'll normally the longtails will hang in long after the bonito have gone, so it's a fantastic sign. There's longtails directly off to your right. Just cast right, hard. I'm coming in on your left. Come on. I'm on your left, Pete. You hook up, or I hook up. We've got a school of longtail just there. So here's the rocks. There's the longtail. Just there. And you can see them feeding hard. They're porpoising out of the water. Problem is they're on bait, tight bait. It's middle of winter here. There's some gannets coming past. North Coast of New South Wales, water temperatures 18 degrees more than the air temperature. And there's longtails. Getting them to bite's another thing. If you get a cast near them, they'll take it. They'll take anything, but they're so focused on those bait balls, just out of range. So, tide's coming in, so everything pushes in on the tide, so fingers crossed. Whale out the back. We've got longtail tuna, whale, and it's the middle of winter on the North Coast. They're coming this way too. We've got blues coming. Over here. Alright, come on boys. Coming a little bit closer. We've got blues just out on that little current line there. And they're sort of not close enough yet to cast. Although Pete is ready. On the other hand, this one. I haven't actually felt the water temperature till just a moment ago when I got a splash up on my leg, and water feels pretty warm. It's around 20, I reckon, 19, 20. So yeah, we'll just see how we go. Heaps of bait, garies, blackfish. We've seen a few sharks swim by. So yeah, North Coast, anything could happen. Got my best mates Mike and Pete with me here now fishing, so Mike walks the whole way in just to make some coffee. Hopefully you get rewarded with a fish, mate.
All good this time?
Trangies boiling away. Noodles ready to go. Just waiting for some fish to come through. It's a whole pot of Longtail Tuna. Sort of heading our way. Just out of range. Come on. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh! Come on. You see that hit I had? Yo! Yeah, Mike! Oh my goodness. Okay, everyone cast right. Oh. How did it miss it? Had about 3 goes at it. Still Watson. So middle of winter, Pete, and we're still spinning up Watsons on the North Coast. There's pods of blues coming through. We just had Mike destroyed 3 times on an old cotton cordell surface popper. I thought there were Pacific bonito here, but I did not think there'd be Watsons.
That's a decent sized fish too.
Size Watsons. Getting back. There, mate. Well done, Pete. Let's get a bluefin. Come on. Wave goodbye back, Pete. Long tail straight off you. Long tail straight off you. School of longings right there.
And that's what we're chasing. Bluefin tuna. Northern bluefin tuna. They're just out of reach.
What do you do? Like, you just got to keep reeling on. Okay, just out on that little patch there. There's a school of bluefin tuna, longtail tuna. You can just see them feeding, focusing out of the water. That's about 2.5 casts from where I am here on the rocks. Whale out wide of them over here, and they are just feeding hard. They're sort of coming this way now. I'm going to put the camera down and start casting shortly. They're sort of heading my way. Yeah, just when I'm fishing, this is pretty much what I've got on me. I've got a pair of scissors and a diamond file. So I keep them in my pocket. Scissors obviously for lure changes. When you're rock fishing, you want to retie, this knot often, maybe every hour or so, because it does get bumped against the rocks, right where the knot goes around the lure there, and it actually will snap really easy. This is 60-pound leader, but if I bump the rocks just a couple of times and hook a good fish, it'll just snap. So sometimes I'll use a loop knot. That takes the pressure out of the bumps a bit. I use them all the time down the south coast, but if I'm using these sort of surface lures, I like to tie direct. So I'm going to retie this knot maybe every half hour, and I'm just using a 3-loop uni knot, which works fine. So yeah. Oh mate, I put that popper right in front of them then. Right in front. Nah. Like literally, almost jagged one.
All who participate in land-based game fishing know that the risks are great.
Sort of 85s to 100. There's a classic old Raider, like one of the original brass ones from about, I don't know, 30 years ago. Got 2 of them, still use them. Awesome lures. Very few of them in existence. Yeah, smaller metals for Taylor and Bonito, whatever, and I just have lots of trebles and single inlines. But the mainstays are my metals, right? So predominantly they're all Raiders. Some cheaper ones like this Knight, actually really good lure, 85. They're actually really good lure. They've got that nice little wide face there. They just skitter nicely, and bluefin and mackerel really like them. Here's another brass Raider, one of the originals from back in the day. Yeah, that's it. My backpack is just one big pack. Like there's no compartments. There's a pocket on the front, and the rest of it's just one big bag. I can just fill water at the bottom and lighter stuff to the top. I take 3 rods fishing with me. Got 2 heavy rods, Saltigas with 50, 60, sort of 70-pound braid depending. Then a lighter rod that I use for just bonito and juice spinning. I don't even know why I brought it, to be honest. I haven't cast it once today. Anyway, that's it. That's my gear. Leaders, I mainly just use 50, 60 pound fluorocarbon. When I'm chasing longtails, straight to the lure. If I'm chasing mackerel, I use 69 pound single strand. Don't go any lighter than that, because you will get actually bitten off on lighter stuff. And the single strand does get kinked and it busts against the rocks, so it's not as strong as you think. Hey, we've had a very frustrating day on the rocks. I've never seen more longtail tuna in one day in the water jumping around in my life. We've been watching hundreds of them, all sizes, big 20 kg kegs down to little 10 kg ones. And they're feeding on really small bait fish. But because they're on that bait and they're feeding hard there now, you can see them. They're just not gonna, turn their attention to my lure unless I can get it right in that zone. But that is a big pot of blues there. We're in the middle of winter. There's Watson's bonito here feeding on the same bait fish. Pacific bonito feeding on them. Yesterday, the blues were prepared to take these big jigs. Today, put it in front, could not care less. But it's a case of delivery versus what you deliver. So they've been right on the range of our cast, and the only sort of lure we can get out the distance are these big 100-gram jigs. So that's the delivery. But obviously what we've delivered they haven't really wanted. But had we have gone to smaller metals, we would never have been able to get the metal in the zone at all. So I think delivery wins over what you deliver, because at least you're in the zone where the fish are. Possibly if we had persisted with smaller metals, we might have jagged a fish, stray fish, but I don't think so. So anyway, we're going to just keep going. It's almost sort of that late arvo. I'm looking at a bluefin now, to the left, jumping while I'm talking, but it's about 150 out. So anyway, we'll keep trying. We got blues over here, over white. Might move along the rocks. Which way are they heading? Oh, they're heading away from us. Right. Big longies over here, just busting the garies up. There they are, right there. Look. There's longtails just busting up straight in front of us. Come on. Geez, they move quick. Oh, they're right in front here. Water. Feeding on really, they're blues right there. There's a pot of blues. Shanae's sort of put a half cast near him. See how we go. They're just on the edge of our casting range. Like, sort of heading out at the moment. Just got an interest one. Be patient. There's one right in front there, Shanae, just blew up. Heaps of blues. That was intense. They were just out of range. So middle of winter, Pete and myself have had 2 fantastic days on the rocks, but it's been really frustrating. There's been longtail tuna, northern bluefin tuna everywhere, and everything's feeding on bait this big. The bonito are and the bluefin are. The problem is, if we had gone down lure size, we couldn't actually reach where the fish was sitting in the water. Now right now there's bonito busting up in close. The bluefin predominantly being 100, 150 metres out, so delivery has been the key, and we've had to deliver, or to get the lure into the right zone, we've had to, throw these 100-gram jigs. Yesterday we missed 3 solid hookups on them where the fish jumped all over the jigs. Today, same jigs, same scenario, fish not interested at all. But if we had gone to a smaller metal, we would never have even got the lure in front of the fish. So I think, the delivery, getting the lure there, sort of wins out in terms of, compared to what you deliver. But there is a balance. Anyway, it's been fantastic. We've seen 1,000 whales, dolphins, more longtail tuna than I think I've ever seen jumping around the ocean in my whole life. But we didn't land a longtail, I had 3 fish jump all over the jigs, and I don't know how I didn't hook up. My mate Mike had a massive blue jump over his old cotton cordell popper 3 times and missed it somehow. So anyway, it's been fantastic. If you like what I do, please subscribe to Phil Atkinson Fishing on YouTube. It doesn't cost you anything. It's like being a follower on Instagram. I don't even know why YouTube call it subscribe, because subscribe has that inference you're going to pay money. Well, you're not. Anyway, see you on the rocks next time.